Thanks, Lou. I expected about 3 people to show up today. But I'm so glad everyone came. That's the first joke. So today I want to talk about some of the research my lab does from the perspective of science humor. And so I want to dedicate this lecture to Steve Vogel. He was my mentor. He's a 75 years old biology professor at Duke University. He and I bunked together, well, not in the same bed, in the same cabin, in Taiwan for a biomechanics workshop when I was just 20, 25, so very young. And I met I met Patricia there, who did the work on urination. This is Patricia. Woo. And I learned this week that well, he has terminal cancer. And so actually today, while preparing this lecture, I bought a plane ticket to go see him tomorrow, because this will probably be his last week to live. But this lecture is dedicated to him. And he's infamous in the biology community for going around kind of like Lou did, these urinals, and looking at people urinating. And he hypothesized that basically we have a very small sort of bolus of open cavity at the end of our penis that allows fluid to come out at very long distances without becoming turbulent. That was his hypothesis. So, my first foray into scientific literature and scientific humor started with looking at how insects can walk and make love on the water surface. In grad school, we basically built these small mechanical devices called robo-striders. They're about the size of your hand, and they weigh 1/3 of a gram. And they use the same principle as water striders to walk on water. And we showed that water striders, they actually have a large safety factor in order to prevent it from sinking. And in fact, the largest water strider in the world is this giant Vietnamese water strider. It's this big. And it has a factor of safety of exactly 2 to allow things like this. Without mating, there could be no water striders. So who's an undergraduate? Okay, undergraduates. So when I started science, there's no way I think I would win a Nobel Prize or continue doing science professionally. So I started out just like you, kind of insecure, incompetent. I'm still incompetent. And now I lead a lab that's basically in this front 2 rows because I made them come. Actually, they didn't know they had to come. Then I told them, if you don't come, you'll hurt my feelings. So they're here. And I lead this lab, and for the last 10 years, we've been working on fluid mechanics research about how animals use fluids to survive.